That's enough of that trash. That was brought to you by StreamYard. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they need to put me on payroll. I'm the one that plays their trash. I'm it. Let me tell y'all something. Hi, let me do this real quick. Let's say hi. Let's say hi. See, I'm just jumping right on in here. First, Hopes, thank you so much for figuring out how to paste that link. Um, I know there are some people that wanted to join membership and um, are struggling with the iPhone thing. I figured it out. I'm really proud of myself. I've gotten some stuff done. Um, I figured out how to do it. So it's over on my community page. The link there, it takes you right to it. And then, you either have to use Chrome or Google, whatever it is that you do, you push that and it takes you right to the page. Okay. What I plan on doing today is figuring out how to copy and paste that onto my main page so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then maybe my mods can pick up the link so that it can be dropped in here from time to time. So thank you, Hopes Echo, for doing that for me. It's at the top if you guys didn't see it, or it's over on my community page. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This has been a long day, but I'm psyched. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I've been working on this for a couple of days. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Bestie. My stalker. I love you for that. I didn't see that in chat when I went back and I reread the live. Um, I saw it and it just made me giggle. Lizzo. Hello, love bug. Yeah, do what Lizzo says, guys. Always follow Lizzo's lead, and we're going to be okay here. Welcome, everybody. Come in and relax. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Do that. Do that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Look, y'all. It's Thea. How are you, love bug? Good to see ya. I hope you and the baby are feeling better. Um, who else is here? Who else is here? Freeside. Hello, Freeside. I hope you're well. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. So we got a little bit of business to take care of, you guys. Yeah, there it is right there. If the mods want to pick it up, I don't know how to do it. If the mods want to pick it up so you can draw that link, if I don't know how to do it, but if you're the only mod in here, maybe you can drop the link every now and then. Wild Angels Bucket List Adventures. No, I haven't slept. I've been busy. I've been busy, guys. I'm so proud of myself because I was dead tired, but I had stuff to get done. Listen, I figured out the whole, iPad thing. I figured out how to get iPhone users to be able to join membership. That was a blessing. And then I also I shoved a bagel down my throat. That was always good. Bagels, you can't listen. You're not going to go wrong eating a bagel. And uh, no cream cheese. That was a little sad for me because I'm off the cheese game. So no cream cheese. I just put just a smidgen of strawberry rhubarb Amish jam on it. It was pretty darn good. It would have been even better if it had cream cheese on it, but it didn't have it. Also, I wanted to read you guys this because I thought it was dang funny. I laugh at myself, you guys. I laugh at stuff that I find, right? So I was concerned um, about, some of the cussing sometimes that goes on here. Doesn't happen much, but, let's be honest. Yeah, yeah, it happens. Some of us cuss sometimes, you guys. So I wanted to check on that, um, and I did. So I'll read it to you because it's damn funny. Hi, Lenny in chat. I did watch. You watched the whole freaking thing? Oh, wow. Thank you, Black Roses. Good grief. Thank you. I can honestly say I probably just would have been fast forwarding and getting just the cliff notes, right? But thank you for that, Black Roses. It's very kind of you. It was fun. It was really fun. We had a fun live. And you know what? I mean, that one just came out of the blue, right? So sometimes if you feel it in your heart for whatever reason to go live, you should just go live because you never know what's going to happen, you know? Anyways, let me read this really quick to you guys about the cursing kind of thing. So I went and did a little bit on it, pulled up some stuff on it, but this is the funniest part uh that I found on it. It says, "Can can streamers swear on YouTube? Since YouTube's profanity rules have been relaxed, content creators can use profanity with little consequence, leading us to see a strong prevalence of this type of language among platformers. Flat, y'all, I'm sorry. I haven't slept. My words are just going to run together. I hope you can figure it out. Leading us to see strong prevalence of this type of language among the platform's biggest stars. Who are they? We want to know. Who, get this, you guys, who swear as many as 76 times per 1,000 words. Y'all, I ain't that, I mean, I'm bad. I am. I'm bad. I know I can be bad. Oh, you watched it live. You were here live. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And while we're at it, let me go ahead and thank anybody who does any kind of replay, whether you're just getting cliff notes or you're just clicking on it so that I get the view or whatever. Or if you just really want to watch them, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the replays. I really, really do. They're just as important. They really are. They count. Um, so yeah. What had happened was, I guess in what was it, March of last year or something like that, they sent out a survey to creators and because they were striking people's channels. Not striking the channels, I'm sorry, but they were taking away monetization on videos and on lives and things like that of people that were swearing. They sent out a lot of people were complaining about it and stuff like that. I mean, you see it on, I mean, literally, literally. I don't watch regular TV. Um, I just think most of it's trash. But the few times that I have walked into it or whatever, I'm floored that even on commercials they're cussing now. I never knew. I never knew. Right? I try not to cuss. I try not to cuss too much on here, but sometimes uh, I either get mad, which hasn't happened that very often here, or I get happy and giddy and slap and funny, and I can't help it. It just comes out. So my apologies to anybody that offends. I really do try to be mindful of how people feel about it. Um, but um, I cuss. I really do. Um, anyway, so I guess in March people got tired of their monetization for their video being taken down, and so they sent out a survey on it, and they ended up having to lax it because people were a lot of the creators were saying, look, we're going to go to different platforms and do what we do. So they ended up having to lax it. The last thing they put out on it uh was it March of last year or November? I don't remember. It was last year was the last rule change that they had in it. And they say all of the smaller words. I was going to play it on here, but we've got so much to go through with this case that I'm doing. You guys, there's so much, and if it gets too much, you're just going to have to let me know. But they called them the smaller words like the S, the small words, that those weren't being um, flagged at all. The larger words, the bad word, the F word, that one. Um, that as long as it's not said within the first I don't know why this makes a difference, but it does. As long as it's not said within the first 7 to 15 seconds, as long as it's not in a thumbnail, as long as it's not on the title of your program, then the consequences are very low. So I'm not saying all that to say, oh, great, Leanie's just going to become a sailor in here. Listen, I could put a sailor to shame. I ain't even going to lie about it. I can. Seriously. And the madder I get, I make up words. Shoot. Not even lying. Okay. No, I'm not saying that, that just gave us all a ticket to, um, you know, there's times that we get raunchy. And I'm sorry for that. I don't want to be offensive. But the other reason why I went to go check that out is because dun 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 dun. Dun. Guess what happened? Here's another thing I've been having to work on. About 30 minutes after I closed out I didn't close it out for a little while because I had to go back and read all the chat again. About 30 minutes after I closed it out, guys, I got a fun little email. I had to share it with you guys. I was like, what the hell's going on? And it says, I have to giggle because it's my first one. It says, hi, according to Leanie, copyrighted content has been detected in your video pop-up late night live. Didn't Richie say, you guys, when he was up here, he's like, you shouldn't play that. You shouldn't play that. You're probably going to get copyright. Right. Didn't he say that to me? And I was like, oh, I think if we only play a little bit, I think we're okay. What did we play? 20 seconds of it? Y'all, they got me. The visibility of your video is not impacted, meaning that people can still watch the video, but you can no longer monetize it. So anything that video earned or whatever, guess what? Blondie don't get any money from it. Oh, the copyright owner is now either monetizing it. Get that. Get that. Whoever owns the copyright to that song, whatever money, say that 10 people, and this didn't happen. I don't even think one super chat or anything came through. But imagine had there been 500 people in here watching and 10 people super chatted, the person who owns the copyright to that song, you guys, gets that money. That's crazy. I'm not saying that they don't deserve it, not at all. But A, we didn't show a video of her singing at all. B, we didn't even play the chorus to the damn song. We just played the beginning because the beginning is my favorite part, you know, and we played like 20 seconds. So then it gives the name of the song by the artist. Um, and the impact on the video means that it won't be monetized. So it's not a strike it's not a copyright strike because you only get 3 of those and your channel gets taken down. They're not copyright striking it. I can um, uh, uh, submit a dispute over it, but why? Why would I? I did what I did, What am I going to say? Oops, we were having fun and that song popped in my head and I asked my friend to play it for me because it was so fitting for the time. And I feel like any great thing that's happening in life, whether it be funny or sad or when you're mad, that there should always be a background song um, that is playing that has something to do with whatever you're going through because that's everybody wants to live in a Hallmark movie. That's all I was trying to do. So there's that. So we won't be doing that no more. So I've said all that to say this first. That's my first one. It's not a strike. It just means that nothing that those whole almost 8 hours, you guys, it's not monetized. Um, and from now on, you guys get to hear me singing more because I don't think they can get after me if I'm singing unless they're gonna get after me for singing badly, right? So if you're up here on panel and I feel like a background song needs to be played, someone's gonna have to be singing it. I think that's allowed. I mean, I guess I'll have to do some more research, but I think that's allowed, right? So, and if nobody's up here on panel, I'm gonna have to do a ditty. I'm gonna do a ditty, and you guys, uh, I don't know. It's just who I do that in everyday life, right? I'm always somebody will say something to remind me of a song, and bam, it just comes out. Can't help it. Can't help it. But that also changed what we're doing today because I had actually some actual video that I wanted to play on this Herb um, Baumeister story, but I know you can play some of it, you guys, and not get in trouble as long as you stop it every now and then and add to it, put your own take on it. But I'm a, I'm feeling a little trigger shy, so I'm just gonna work with what I have. Don't blame Maggie. Maggie, we'll just make sure you can't come up for 7 to 15 seconds of the live. You can't figure out how to Lizzo, you don't have to do it right now, honey, but over on the community page, it's actually got the um the real copy to it on there. So maybe it can be copied from there. I'm not sure, but that's how Hope's Echo got it. You guys, Hope's Echo is here. Y'all been asking about her. She's freaking here. I told her she was a celebrity. All right, can you guys copy it from actually from over there? If not, I'll work on it. I'm always working on it. I'm always working on it. Oh my God, isn't that terrible? I feel like causing. Listen, listen, the fun of that live, you guys, seriously was so worth it. I personally would have paid $10 to do it all over again. It's funny. It's just funny. You have to be super careful with music on here. So late. I know. Y'all, because I could bust out in some prints for just about everything that comes to life. Every real life thing, there's a Prince song for it, you guys. And if there's not a Prince song for it, I guarantee you I will find a country song for it. I promise. I promise. I use Epidemic Sound for all the music and stuff I play on my channel. Epidemic Sound. I don't even know what that is. All I'm using is this stuff that StreamYard gave us because, I'm slow when it comes to anything that has to do with computers. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Hi everybody in the naked bushes. Welcome. Welcome. Would y'all hit the like for me? I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please subscribe. It helps the channel grow so much. We had I know we had 2 people in here in our live last night that found us on the algorithm. That makes me feel so good when I hear that, you guys. How did I get the link to post it? Oh, okay. Maybe Hope has already answered that. We have to remember we can't play music. Oh man, it's okay. We'll just sing. They're gonna listen. They'll regret it. They're gonna be like, "Oh God, give Leanie some music. Shut that girl up. Shut that girl up." I typed it out of my notes, copied it. Okay. Yep, I need. Richie just tap it in for support. Hey, Richie. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you tapping in for support. Um, I'm singing for you, Leanie. Thank you, Maggie. I knew you would. I knew you would. I knew it. We can sing, right? Listen, I wouldn't even mind having like songs people use for karaoke, you know, and play those. Me and Richard will do. Yeah, why not? Just sing. People need to sing more. People need to laugh more. Listen, it's what makes the world go round. I believe there's music there that you're allowed to play on YouTube. I know. Yeah. I don't think you can sing. What? Oh, holy hell. Are you serious? I can't sing copy. Oh, well, that's joy kill. I will look into that because I don't even realize sometimes I throw a ditty out there. I don't even realize if the song comes to mind, I'm just gonna, throw a little tune that comes to mind. I can't help it. It's who I am. Um, and you know what's funny, Black Roses, is I pay for YouTube music. I pay for it, and I can't figure the damn thing out. Am I only paying so I could hear it? Is that what I'm paying for? Because I could hear it without paying for it. What am I paying for? I'm paying for a music subscription. What am I paying for here? I need to know. Somebody get in my stuff and look up for me. I will zip my lips. I'm behaving now. I locked old Maggie away. You're fine. I just wanted to make sure we were fine, especially after I saw that. I was like, for the love of God. PCT said you can play music as long as you are singing over it. But we were. Maybe not the whole thing, though. I thought we were. You had to type the link out yourself. See, I went straight, like, from where I have it on the community page. Then I went to my phone and I just clicked the community where the thing is on the link on the community page. It took me right. And then it went to, do you want to open it in Chrome, Google, whatever? And I hit Google and it went right to the page, right to it. So that's what I posted on my community page. Epidemics. Epidemic. I am saying that right. Sound is a website where you pay a monthly fee, not super pricey. All the music is copyright approved. Oh, maybe I'll look that up. I don't know what the heck I'm paying for YouTube music, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing with it. Yeah, I think you can play because a lot of people do karaoke on here. That's their jam. Please hit the like. Y'all do that. That'll be nice. That sun. See, I almost went into song just there from seeing Sunshine's name. I almost wanted to sing this John Denver song just now. Hi, Sunshine. You're making lasagna. Oh, Jesus in lasagna. Oh, God, that sounds so good. Good to see ya. Thanks for coming in, Sunshine. In the bushes at work. We'll be really quiet, Heavenly Blue. We're going to be real quiet. Thanks for coming in and listening to us while you're on the clock. We love you. I'm going to look it up. Be right back. All right, Maggie's on Be Right Back. It's Friday. That's not a song. That's my own song. Oh my God, I just checked, Lenny. You got to get permission from the owner if you want to sing a cop. Anybody got Donna Summer's number? Well, she's in heaven, Maggie. But I did watch a thing where she has an abandoned house, abandoned mansion uh, that's just left there. Well, who knew? Who knew? That's a joy kill completely. Please hit the bloody like button. Please hit the bloody like button and show your lovely host some love and subscribe. Do that. It's free, you guys. It's free. It's free to subscribe and free to leave your DNA all over this place. I love you, Heavenly Blue. We're going to be real quiet. We're going to be real quiet. We won't let Maggie on panel. That's terrible. Well, I know we have to be careful. I'm just going to have to make up music. We're going to have to make up our own. We're going to have to make up our own songs. I mean, how does one live life not singing songs? I sing about everything. I sing to everything. I don't know how to live that life. And I know Maggie does too because she even sings in messages. And I'll tell you this, Becca sings all the time. Your band today. Does that yeah, if it doesn't work. Go to the if you want to become a member, go to the community page. The link is there. We're going to get this figured out, guys. We run a really cheap show here. Well, none of us have any money, We're all broke jokes on Diet Coke around here, okay? That's what's happening. All right? So, we run a very cheap show and a very low budget. But we're funny, and that's all I know. All right, give me just a second. We're going to get started on this. Hold on, I got a cough. Hello, Hiking with Jackie Boy. How are you? Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you from way down over there in the west. In the west. All right, guys, give me 2 and 2, and then we're going to get started, okay? I'm really excited about doing this one. Well, from what I hear, everybody's going cashless anyways. So give me whatever cash you got in your pocket, Maggie, and I will spend it for you. Okay? How about that? All right. Give me 2 and 2, and then we're going to get started on this. Okay? Let me let my dogs out. Let me go pate and grab me my coffee that I started over there. I won't even take a cigarette break. How about that? I won't even do that. Give me just a minute. I am going to play this trash music because I don't want anybody coming in here and thinking that the rapture happened. All right. All right. So I'm going to play it. Lizzo, we're going to, would you a couple times, maybe now and then maybe right as I'm coming back and starting that, drop the copyright one because I want to leave up this banner that we've got going at the bottom um, for the trigger warning. So if you can do that for me, I appreciate it greatly. And I think you rock. I think you rock and rock to this. All right, and that was brought to you by StreamYard. That trash. I know it's trash, but we're a low budget group here. That's what we do. Thank you, Lizzo. I appreciate that so much. So, copyright disclaimer. I'm just gonna disclaimer. Um, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Leaning, it's different on iPhones. I have an iPhone and I clicked on it and it went straight to it. So did anybody? You don't. I'm not telling you to go over there, look at it, and then member up. I'm just saying if you guys could click on it and see if it'll actually bring that up, that'll be great. You don't have to do anything beyond that. I do want to thank um, those that did become a member. There were 3 today, and I appreciate that so much. YouTube audio, that's it. Libraries where you find music you can play. Just Google. Well, I own that. What up? I just got to figure out how to work it. I mean, I don't own it, but I pay for it every month. I don't know how to use it. Go around with the hat free. Oh Lord. Look on the community page. It should once you click the link on the community page, it'll take you right to another uh, screen that should say, do you want to open it through Google or Chrome? Hit whatever search engine you're using, and it takes you immediately to, it'll just pop up over like my main page. If that works, if it doesn't work. All right, let's get to it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So everything we use today will be under those guidelines. Thank you, Hope's Echo, for dropping Hiking with Jackie Boy's link. I appreciate that. Their benefit office with, I know it's terrible. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So there we have it, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. The other thing I'm going to ask is that I'm not going to, when I bring up the overlay, the stuff that I have, you guys, I will not see chat that often because it covers my whole screen. So if the mods could be on the lookout, time out who you need to time out. If somebody comes in here just being hateful and completely just trolling, block them. And then, you know, do what mods do. Y'all know how this rolls, right? All right, let's get to it. All right, this case, you guys, was brought to my. I've known about it for a while, but I was reminded of it on Saturday. I'd stopped over to my sister's house, who's lived here for over 30 years. We're not from Indiana. We're replanted in Indiana. Um, and my sister has lived here in the Indianapolis region for 30 years. 30 years, you guys. When I saw her on Saturday, she said to me, "Do you know anything about the Herb Meister, Baumeister um, uh, case? He was a serial killer." And I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." And she was like, "How come I've never heard of it?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." So, anyways, I kind of went over it with her and I was like, "You know what? That's just, if you're from Indiana or live in Indiana for the last 30 years and you haven't heard of this, and the actual house that he lived in and that he disposed of um, his victims on his property is exactly probably at the most 30 minutes from where you live. And her daughter lives in that town, Westfield, Indiana." And I said, "You've never heard of this?" That brings me to 2 subjects, 2 things that I wanted her to understand and 2 things that I want y'all to understand. She didn't even know this was in her daughter's backyard practically. That tells me right there that neither did she do any kind of a search on um, her daughter's surrounding. And I'm not saying she's a bad mom or anything. I think people just don't think about this kind of stuff. That's what I'm telling you, to make sure that wherever you're at, every now and then, maybe every 3 to 6 months, do an RO check for your surroundings, you guys. Find out where these people are at. Um, Pay attention to your surroundings, who's living around you. You may not have children living at home, but maybe your grandkids come to visit. You need to know where these creeps are, what's going around you, you know? So, anyhow, that's what brought this to me and or reminded me of it. And I just thought we would go ahead and cover it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the black echo. Um, isn't he the guy that did a video about the dead squirrel and wasn't? No. Mm-mm. That'll work. No, I don't think so. I didn't, at least I didn't I didn't read that at all. All right. Let's see if my um, reading skills hold up. We're going to start off over here at Wikipedia, you guys. Now, I had several different interviews that were done with the people who actually live on the property now. And I've also had several different, um, news news things that were done on it and stuff like that. But I'm kind of a little uh, trigger shy right now until I figure it out. Oh my God. Heavenly Blue, thank you so much. I don't even know how to react to stuff like that, you guys. I honestly really don't. Heavenly Blue, thank you so much for that. I don't even know what to say. I don't, but thank you. All right, let's go. Herbert Richard Baumeister, April 7th, 1947 to July 3rd, 1996, was an American businessman who and suspected serial killer, a resident of the Indianapolis suburb of Westfield, Indiana. He was under investigation for murdering over a dozen men in the early 1990s, most of whom were last seen in gay bars. This is going to remind you a lot of the Jeffrey Dahmer case. The only difference Jeffrey Dahmer was you know, a C, a can, a canny, and this guy wasn't. Okay. Police found the remains of 11 men, 8 identified, on his property. He committed suicide. Oh, I gotta watch that word. See there? Oh, Lord. After a warrant was issued for his arrest, he was later linked to the series of murders, or at least 11, I'm sorry, men along Interstate 70, which occurred in the early 1980s to 90s. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember hearing about, they called them the I I-70 serial murders? Do you guys remember that? So they think they can't prove it, but just going by the remains that were found on this man's property, um, going by those remains and the remains that were found off the interstate of I-70, um, the red rums were committed in the same manner, that they completely believe that he was the Interstate 70 serial killer, you guys. Um, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a minute, why it's believed that he actually is the person that was the I-70 murderer. I'm not going to read about his earlier life too much. We'll get down here to um, 1965. He attended Indiana University for a semester before dropping out, but returned in 76. In 1972, he attended a semester at Butler University. Butler University is a private university here in Indiana. As an adult, he drifted throughout a series of jobs marked by a strong work ethic, but also by increasingly bizarre behavior. He married Juliana or Julie Satter on in November 1971. That union produced 3 kids. Sater later said that he had been sexually intimate only 6. Listen to me. Listen to this, you guys. This is just weird. This is so weird. They had been intimate only 6 times in over a 25-year marriage. Um, how many years must you be married to a person before you realize something ain't right? Hmm, 6 times in over 25. Oh no. Mm-mm. She never saw her husband nude, you guys. That's what she said. 6 months 6 months after his marriage, Baumeister was committed to a psychiatric hospital by his father for 2 months. His wife said he was hurting and needed help. He eventually founded the successful 2-story Save-A-Lot thrift store chain in Indianapolis in 1988. Around 1988, around May of 1988, Herb and Julie purchased the Fox Hollow Farm property. Let's get down here to the murders, you guys. This is the I-70 Strangler. That's the nickname for the unidentified American serial killer who killed at least 11 young boys and adult men in Indiana and Ohio between June 1980 and October 1991, dumping their bodies near Interstate 70. The killer met most of his victims in popular gay bars and other similar establishments within a 4-block radius of Indianapolis. All the victims were later found naked or partially clothed near Interstate 70, often dumped in rivers, streams, ditches in the rural countryside. Each had been strangled to death. Wow. Baumeister was named the prime suspect in the case in April 1999 by law enforcement. According to investigators, bodies related to the I-70 Strangler case stopped being found in 1991 after he bought the Fox Hollow Farm, in which he used as a burial site for his subsequent victims. Let me jump on my phone too so I could see chat too. I feel like I just left y'all hanging over there. Thank you for putting out the trigger warning, Lizzo. I appreciate that. Are you guys still with me? You okay? Lainey, do you have PayPal? Because YouTube takes 30%. I don't have a PayPal. I need to work. My kids keep telling me to do that. I need to do that. Why don't I do that? I don't know. That's because I suck. Doesn't that sound familiar, you guys? You guys, I will work on that. I'll have that done. Thank you for asking me about that. That's very kind of you. I'll have my husband set up one because I don't know what the heck I'm doing around here, to tell you the truth. These are the names, you guys, of the victims. 15-year-old Michael Sean Petrie, Michael Allen Taylor, 22. Yeah, I'm just going to give the names because I feel like the names should be said. You guys can go and read this for yourself, exactly how they were found, what, I don't want to do all of it only because I don't want to be. I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. So um, I don't want to read it out loud, but I feel like their names need to be said, and I'm going to say them. Delvoyd Lee Baker was 14 years old. Michael Andrew Mick Riley was 22. Eric Allen, I think that's Rotger, was 17. Michael Allen Mike Glenn was 29 years old. James Boyd Robbins Jr. was 21. Stephen Lynn Elliott was 26. Clay Russell Boatman was 32. Thomas Ray Clevenger Jr. was 18 years old. Actually, if you look it up, the Thomas Ray Clevenger Jr., there is a video that was done on his life on YouTube. If you type in his name, there's a tribute to him that was done. Otto Gary Becker was 42 years old. Those are the ones, you guys, that were found um, on the side of the road um, on I-70. The Hollow Farm killings. The Baumeisters purchased and moved to Fox Hollow Farm in May 1988. The home was built in 1978 and was sold by Julie Baumeister in 2009 for the purchase of $987,500. The 18-plus acre, 4-bedroom, 10-bath, 11,572 square foot property was listed as over 18 acres of wood, private rolling grounds with a pond. The house was over 11,500 feet of living space, an indoor pool, a wet bar, and many unique features. There was also a 5-car detached garage with 2 floors, outside deck, 2 horse stables, a tack room, and an exercise ring. I do have pictures of the house and the property, you guys, that I'll show at the end of this, okay? Um, and it's gorgeous, you guys. It's so beautiful there. I've driven past it so many times. It's posted. You can't go there, but I do have some good news at the end of this. If I forget to say it, you guys remind me about the good news and I'll tell you. On June 24th, 1996, investigators recovered human bone fragments of at least 11 people buried at the woods at Fox Hollow Farm, an 18-acre property owned by Baumeister off 156th Street and the Monon Trail in Westfield, Indiana. A new search on December 4th. This is, you guys, I'm telling, they're still doing stuff there. It's amazing. This case is this many years in the making, and they're still going out there finding stuff, and it's under new ownership. A new search on December 4th, 2022 found 1 bone and identified 20 additional locations that might have more remains buried underground. Only 8 people have been identified since the initial discovery. In addition, the additional 3 remains are still unidentified, although they are believed to be male and have been victims of homicide. Hamilton County Coroner's Office have appealed to the public, requesting anybody with missing family members from the mid-1980s to the 90s in the Indianapolis area to complete a DNA test in effort to help identify the victim's remains. Oh, God. Y'all, that's so sad. That's so sad. It's so sad that these people are, I mean, you know, they're in the they're in the coroner's office, you guys, waiting to be identified. They don't know who these people are, and that's all over our country, all over the world. So sad. As of January 2024, forensic experts continued working in an effort to identify nearly 10,000 human remains recovered from Fox Hollow Farm. 10,000. Just checking on y'all, making sure you're okay. All right, so I'm going to list off these are the victims that have been identified so far. John Lee Johnny Bear, 20 years old. Jeffrey Allen Jeff Jones, 31. Richard Douglas Hamilton Jr. is 20. Alan Lee Livingston was 27. Stephen Sperlin Hale was 28. Alan Wayne Broussard was 28. Roger Allen Goodlett was 33. Michael Frederick Mike Curran was 45. And Manuel Resendez was 34. Authorities have publicly and posthumously linked the unsolved disappearance of Jerry Williams Comer, 34, to Baumeister. Williams Comer was last seen in Indianapolis on August the 8th, 1995, I'm sorry. After his disappearance, his vehicle was found at the Castleton Square Mall. As a young gay man, Williams Comer fit the profile of Baumeister's victims, desperate despite the fact that he was never recovered from the residence. All right, so you guys could go to Wikipedia and read even more than what I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give you an overview of what happened. Let me check in with chat. How are you guys doing? Everybody good? Do I need to refresh? What's happening? All right. All right. This is just going to try to get through it really quick. I don't want to show this news report because, again, Herb Baumeister's killing field and the new effort to identify victims forgotten at Fox Hollow. This was posted at 5:59 p.m. on September the 6th, 2023, and last updated September 8th, 2023. So, y'all, I mean, this is still an ongoing active case, which is just wild to me. 27 years ago, an Indianapolis police detective and two Hamilton County sheriff's deputies found severed teeth and human bones at Fox Hollow Farm in Hamilton County. They discovered on June 24th, 1996, uncovered the killing field of one of Indiana's most notorious serial killers, Herb Baumeister. Investigator and forensic anthropologists spent weeks digging through the earth around the 18-acre estate. During that search and others over the ensuing years, around 10,000 bones were found on the property. These burned and broken fragments are the remains of possibly up to 25 men, but no one knows for sure how many. Investigators believe Baumeister prowled gay bars and lured victims to his home with the promise of booze, drugs, and sex. The hunt for the serial killer ended when Baumeister when Baumeister, you guys can read that right there, did the S word. As the investigators were looking to arrest him. WRTV is taking a deep look into the hunt that and the Hamilton County Coroner's Office new push to name the still unidentified victims he killed decades ago. Who was he? He was born in Indianapolis in 47 and had three younger siblings. He was 6 foot 3 inches tall and a lean 185 pounds when he passed on July 3rd, 1996. Pictures of him showed a man with brown hair, brown eyes, and an engaging smile. He married Julie in 1971 and the couple had three children. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but I knew we were a happy family. Julie Baumeister wrote in December 1996. Herb always came home for dinner and we did everything together, whether it was yard work, building a play center in the backyard, or spending time with the children, she wrote. Herb always was involved with his kids' lives at school as well as at home. In 1998, in 1988, I'm sorry, the couple got a loan from Herb's mother and opened their first Save-A-Lot thrift store. You guys, I think that one of the Save-A-Lots is still open. The business was so successful that they opened the second store and moved to Fox Hollow Farm in 1992. Julie shared insights into her marriage, saying that she and Herb were working long days to make the business as successful, so she would often unwind in summer months by taking the kids to the lake house owned by relatives. So, see, the wife and she would take the kids and they would go on vacation, but he would stay home and keep running the stores, right? She just thought he was being a good husband, sending her and the kids on vacation to give her a break. And that's when they believed that he was doing um, the disgusting, vile things that he was doing. While Julie and the kids were off at the lake, investigators believed that Herb was picking up men at gay bars, bringing them home, and unaliving them. Investigators believe he burned the bodies and uh, pulverized the remains and disposed of them on his estate. In an interview with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office investigators on June 26, 1996, Julie said that she saw flashes of her husband's dark side. You think? Ultimately, our family has always been based on a world being pretty much controlled by him. He was and still is a very mean man who can do very mean things to people. Wow. 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 Just the fact that she stayed. I mean, she knew she stayed. What? A mean man and could do very mean things, and you stayed with him. Wow. Early in their marriage, he secluded himself in a bedroom and didn't talk to her for a year. Hmm. Look at that. A year. A whole year. How would that go down in your house? Let me know. Just checking in on you guys. Hello, lunch lady. Hello, everybody else who's come in. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through it. Um, welcome. Make yourself at home. I just can't believe this man didn't talk to his wife for a year. How do you not talk? How do, how does that happen? Amazing. His mother angered him, and he cut contact with her for 4 years. Oh, he didn't. Wow. Okay. So he didn't talk to his wife for a year. Didn't talk to mom for 4 years. We're still with them. When he was angry at her, he would take the kids out and leave her home alone. He was always a little strange, Julie said, and she didn't notice other things that might have been red flags to people outside the relationship. Wow, not talking to it for a year wouldn't be a red flag? On our wedding night, we did not have sex, Julie told the detectives. He took magazines to read, and we did not have sex. Intimacy was rare throughout the 25-year marriage, Julie said. I have never seen him nude. If he has a birthmark, I don't know it. That's insane to me. 25 years. That's insane. The school. In December 1994, just months after Indianapolis police first started searching in earnest for a serial killer targeting gay men in Indianapolis, their son, listen to this, you guys. This is craziness right here. Not only was he crazy, if you guys aren't getting it, his wife was a little Looney Tune too. Their son and a friend found something scary in the woods behind the house, a human skull. Herb wasn't home at the time, Julie said in an interview with detectives. Their son and his friend took her to where they found the skull, and she made them put it back, propped it up against a tree. There were more bones out there too, Julie said, like maybe a person fell and passed away in that very spot. Ding dong, ding dong. Y'all, I don't think anything's ringing up there. What's happening? What's happening? Herb came home and told her the skull and bones were a medical specimen that belonged to his late father, an anesthesiologist. Raccoon, he said, must have gotten into the storage area and moved them out there. Wow, that's a smart raccoon. Get them all there in one piece. I mean, all together. Herb brushed it off. He told me that his father, that it was his father's. Julia told the detectives. I really didn't believe it, but I didn't know what to do. I guess law enforcement never even crossed her mind. Good God. How do you how does that happen? Herb threw the skull and bones in the trash, and Julie stopped worrying about it. So, oh my goodness. She wouldn't think about the skull until a couple years later, months after police started asking questions about her husband's connection to missing men. Investigators believe the bones of at least 7 men were on Fox Hollow Farm by the time the skull was discovered. By 1995, the police were closing in on her. Julie said that the Save-A-Lot business and their marriage had fallen into trouble. Until about a year ago, we were a perfect family. But didn't she say up there that, um, they had their troubles, but they were a happy family? I don't know. She wrote in the 1996 Indianapolis Monthly article. But about that time, I began to feel that many things weren't so perfect. In retrospect, maybe there were things that were never as perfect as I thought they were. Private investigator Virgil Vandegrift was contacted by the families of 2 missing men in 1994. They hired him. This is him right here, you guys. He did a lot of work on the case. They hired him to find Alan Wayne Brozard, 28, and Roger Allen Goodlett, 33. The 2 men were last seen in Indianapolis in June and July of 1994. Both men were gay, so Vandergrift printed up some missing persons posters and searched for witnesses in the places they would have gone. I had investigators go out to the gay bars, getting and gathering information, and we found out real quick that there were a lot of missing people, a lot of missing gay people in Indianapolis or in the Indiana area. Man, that's terrible. It's terrible. Why didn't anybody alert the authorities? Vandergrift was convinced that these men had been taken by a serial killer. His investigation led him into Mark Goodyear, who had told a story about a harrowing one-night encounter with a man who was into choking his lovers. Goodyear said he met the strange man in an Indianapolis bar and agreed to go home with him in August 1994. That man said his name was Brian and drove Goodyear to a big house with a swimming pool in the northern suburbs. He later learned that the man was actually Herb Baumeister. He drove, and Goodyear told detectives he wasn't really paying attention to where they were going. All he could recall was that the man drove north and pulled up to a home with a long driveway. The house was big, and there were leaves and tree limbs scattered around the property, Goodyear said. Baumeister told him he was house sitting. Wow. So he didn't even claim it to be his own house. The house was filled with cobwebs, Goodyear said. There was a pool and a pool house with a bar set up for guests. Goodyear told Hamilton County investigators in July 1996 he recalled seeing pool toys and oddly mannequins. Oddly mannequins. Well, they were all posed, Goodyear told the detectives. One woman in a dress reaching into the cabinet in the kitchenette. One was a lifeguard. Several others were just posed around as if they were enjoying the day. Oh, holy hell. I would have run. Baumeister, but I can't even say his name right. Baumeister talked about that drug and fetishes, including um, y'all can see the word strangulation. I'll just say that. Baumeister made Goodyear a drink in which Goodyear dumped in the sink. Wow, smart man, and replaced with water. He asked Goodyear to perform a certain act on him. I had the neck hold. I I had the neck hold on him in the pool, standing in the water. I'm not going to read that part. I'm just not going to. Not here. Um, I will. I will link this, and you guys can go back to it and read it for yourself. There's just some things I'm just not going to read. Um, he came out of the water and came behind him and threw a pull hose around his neck. And thank God Goodyear fought back. He backed off immediately, and he was a little scared of me. I'm not drunk. I'm not out of my mind, you know. I've got my sense to me. And at that point, he did back off. The next day, Baumeister, wow, he stayed the night, you guys. The next day, Baumeister drove Goodyear back to Indianapolis. Oh my goodness. I do believe that had I been severely under the influence, he probably would have went further with me. If there's a bent human, if there's a bent human being, that's it. That's one right there. Goodyear didn't know the man's real name and couldn't remember where the house was, which left Vandergriff, a police investigator, searching for 11 more months. Check on you guys. How are you guys doing? Everybody okay? I would have been running. Oh my God. I can't believe he stayed the night. How did he stay the night? Oh, you guys can't see what I'm reading? It's not up on the screen? Oh, for the love. Oh, I clicked. Oh, holy hell. All right, I see it. Let me go back. Hold on. You guys, I did not know that. I'm sorry. I just clicked right over to the next thing. So I'll just bring it up and then keep reading from there and show you guys. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Mm. Everybody okay though? Can you guys see it now? You should be able to see it now. Is it is it is it showing now? Anybody in chat, just let me know if you see it. Hello? No? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so I've read all I'm sorry. This is the guy right here. This is Virgil Vandegrift. He was the investigator that he did a lot of work in this, you guys, a lot. There's so much more I could tell you about this man, but he did a lot to figure out who this guy was. But I'd have been gone, you guys. I'd have been gone. A hunt for a serial killer. Vandergrift introduced Goodyear to the Indianapolis Police Missing Persons Detective Mary Wilson, who had been investigating the disappearance of disappearances of gay men in Indianapolis. Wilson has since retired from IPD and has declined to comment on the Baumeister case. Her daughter told WRTV that her declining is out of respect for the victims and the bonds she formed with their families throughout the investigation. You guys, now that I know for sure you guys couldn't read what I was reading and the stuff that I chose to skip over just because I felt it to be a little too vulgar for what I'm doing. Vulgar. I will link it so you can go, but if you just type in his name, guys, there's so much information on him. So much. However, Wilson did document her 2-year investigation in a 12-page handwritten memo to the IPD supervisors dated June 27th, 1996. I'm not going to read it. That's a lot to read, but it's there if you guys want to read it. It's just what all she's done, how she named people in her letter to them of the people that she was searching for. She gave names of people to look for, that she had suspicions about, things like that. Okay. But I'm not going to read that whole thing there because we got a lot to get through. Um, but I'll give you a little summary of it right here. In her memo, Wilson describes how meeting Goodyear in August of 1994 launched her search for Baumeister. Wilson described the months the months of shoe leather police work she devoted to finding the strange man who said his name was Brian. Goodyear and I drove several times to the area of the home where his encounter occurred in the subsequent months. We were never able to identify the man or locate the home. Baumeister had Goodyear's phone number and called him off and on after their tryst. She put a trace on Goodyear's home phone, but the calls from Brian were never traceable. Isn't that something? I wonder how he did that then. Then in July 1995, there was a break in the case. Goodyear spotted Baumeister in a bar, wow, and had his friends follow him outside to get a license plate number of the truck he was driving. Good on him. Gathering evidence. That plate, Wilson said in the memo, was the break that led investigators to Herb Baumeister and his killing field at Fox Hollow Farm. Wilson described the flurry of investigation work that had followed. She gathered information about Baumeister from courts, property, and business records and interviewed people who worked with him in the past. She even found an explanation for the alias Brian, Wilson learned, was a real person who had been listed as a suspect in the police reports. So see, he was trying to throw him off. He already knew there was a police report on the missing men, and so he used the name to try to throw him off of him. She found property records, divorce filings, and lawsuits involving the Save-A-Lot business. She interviewed work associations that obtained his personal file from Baumeister's prior employer, the Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles. In August 1995, Wilson drove to Fox Hollow Farm. Seeing the property that matched Goodyear's description, she gathered the license plate numbers of every vehicle on the property. Despite the extensive legwork, Wilson was unable to convince a judge to get a search warrant. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? With no other options, Wilson and the IPD lieutenant approached Baumeister for the first time at the Save-A-Lot store on November 1st, 1995. He first lied about having been in an Indianapolis gay bar, Wilson wrote. When confronted with the fact that we had his plate number, he admitted he didn't want his wife and his children to know. Baumeister told the detective he would call them after he talked to an attorney. Police spoke to the lawyer weeks later who said Baumeister would not agree to let the police search his property. Hello. Hi, Rebel. Thank you for coming in. Black Roses, I agree with you on that. Sounds like he may have been essayed as a child. But yes, I agree with that, Black Roses. Yes. Yeah. Um, so he told them that they could not search his properties. Police spoke to the lawyer weeks later and he would not agree to let them search his property. In December 1995, Wilson and her lieutenant met Julie, his wife, at Save-A-Lot and asked her permission to search Fox Hollow Farm. She told them her lawyer had advised them and she refused, knowing that there was bones on her property. Y'all, I'm telling you, ding dong, something's missing up there. She believed it concerned their business and a theft investigation, Wilson wrote. We explained briefly how we came to the point of approaching her. She seemed stunned and refused consent. Police contacted Julie several more times over the following months, but she repeatedly refused to give permission to search her property. Could you imagine? Now, here this woman is married to him for God knows how long at this point. They aren't intimate. Um, she says that he's not a very nice person. He's already been hospitalized for some of this, for something that went on in his life, that his dad put him, had him committed for. Um, Weird stuff is going around everywhere. You've got a detective um, coming to you and asking you've already found human remains. I think at some point a light should go off in your brain. Y'all, ding dong, it's not there. Ding dong. I hear nothing. I got nothing. It's not there. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong. On June 24th, 1996, Wilson received a call from Julie's lawyer, Bill Wending. I'm going to need people to get better names. Okay. Wending told Wilson that he could now tell her that some time ago, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. That the couple's son found a skull on the property. Wilson and Hamilton County investigators met Julie that day at Fox Hollow Farm. Herb was out of town and she was seeking a divorce. Oh, ding dong, the light went on. Wow. So she took him to the place where the skull was discovered in the woods behind the house 2 years prior. 2 years prior. Now, remember, guys, she said that he put all those remains into a bag and they were tossed away. So there's at least one body that landed in the landfill. This is sickening. On a short walk, investigators discovered an additional bone fragment and human teeth on the property. Just walking, just a short walk, just a short walk. They found teeth and bone fragments. They finally had evidence linking Baumeister to the murders. By 10 p.m. the same night, a judge has signed a warrant 2 years later, 2 years later, allowing police to search Fox Hollow Farm. Then on June 25th, 1996, law enforcement officers joined the University of Indianapolis forensic and anthropologists to begin the slow, meticulous job. There's a picture of it, guys, of digging on the large property. Now, mind you, guys, this is 18 acres. 18 acres of property. I don't think that they'd be able to, it would be years and years before you could properly uh, survey all of the land to find the remains. They soon uncovered the burned and broken remains of at least 2 dozen men. Detective Wilson had finally found Baumeister's killing field. Justice denied. Herb Baumeister was already on the run before the digging at Fox Hollow Farm began. Police had the arrest warrant in their hands on July 3rd, 1996, when the body was discovered in Pinery uh, Provincial Park in Ontario, Canada, according to various media reports from the time. Baumeister, 49, had unalived himself. Investigators found his car had been stripped clean and the carpeted had been removed, according to Kathleen Clark, a former Hamilton County deputy prosecutor who traveled to Canada to gather evidence and observe Baumeister's autopsy. He also left uh, an unaliving note, you guys, that mentioned his failing marriage and businesses, and nothing about the missing men or the bones buried on his property. The content was more of a fantasy, quote unquote, as to what we wanted to do, as to what he wanted to do with his life. It did not yield any information as to the nature of uh, the recovered remains or identities of the victims, according to the FBI records of the case that described the unaliving note. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Wow is right. Wow. Wow. That's just sickening. Nothing n- nothing makes me more angry than when these big bad meanies uh cause all this havoc in the world and then they unalive themselves. It makes me crazy. His unaliving had robbed the victims of justice, yes, and their families for sure. There's no reckoning, he said. I still feel hollow from that. There are these people out there that will never get their day in court. Amen. I believe that. That's terrible. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being a family member? And this guy, your family member is just gone. Don't know where he's at. Then years later, he's found, and to find out that the guy who they know did it, he unalives himself. Where do you go for that kind of? Where do you go to begin the healing process in that? Because I don't believe in death, you guys. There's no closure. Whether they die of a tragic way or even um, by natural causes, there's no. To me, in my mind, there's no such thing as closure. What there is, though, is the beginning of some form of healing process that may never fully come full circle. You may not fully come full circle. You may forever be changed. I know I'm forever changed from my mom's passing. So I don't believe in closure so much, but there's no healing process that can begin. Chicken blank chicken shit is the word that comes to mind, Clark said. And I know it's not very proper, but he's spending a lot of time and a lot of effort and used his intelligence to accomplish what he sought out to do, as evil as it was. Then then in the end, he can't even face what he did. That's chicken shit. I agree. I like that dude. Clark, I'm gonna look you up. We're gonna be friends. And again, they list the victims, you guys. Now look right here. Look at this. Forgotten no more. 9 boxes in a secure room at the University of Indianapolis hold something most sacred: 10,000 bones. These buried and broken fragments of remains of possibly up to 25 men who were victims of Indiana serial killer Herb Baumeister. These remains have been in the custody of UIndy's anthropology lab since their recovery. Hamilton County Coroner Jeff Jellison said it's his mission and his duty to send those men home. Oh God, Oh, that makes me so sad. Gosh, his mission and his duty to send those men home. My gosh. Wow. That's an incredible statement. He said, I am driven to identify them. They are, oh God, whoa, y'all, this is going to get me. Whew, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Mm. Y'all, mm-mm. Hold on just a minute. I am driven to identify them. They are people. They're someone's brother, someone's son, potential. Y'all ain't good at this true crime stuff. I'll tell you that. But they're people. Someone's husband, and they're sitting on a shelf in the university. And these folks deserve the opportunity to have a final resting place. He wants to return these men to their family. We have 10,000 remains right now on our hands. We need to get these to laboratories. We believe there's as many as 25 or more people that are represented in those remains, and understand some of those remains are as small as a fingernail. Sorry. Stop. I'm sorry. Krista Latham, director of the University of Indianapolis Human Identification Center, said these remains are waiting to be identified. They either weren't reported missing, or their or not. They either weren't reported missing, or there's not family references samples on file, and we just don't have the information we need to in order to identify them. And we look at them as being almost forgotten in life and being forgotten in death. We were really waiting for DNA technology to advance to a place where it was affordable and able to tackle some of these challenges, she said. Jellison is urging anyone from Indiana or nearby states who have male relatives who went missing in the mid 80s and the mid 90s to provide a DNA sample that will be compared to samples from the nearly 10,000 bone fragments found on the Baumeister farm. The reason I'm doing this is to give them closure, Jellison said. But you also have to understand, I got a statutory duty to do it. My job by statute says that the coroner is responsible to identify the deceased in his county. And then it gives you a number to call if you know anybody missing or know anything connected to this case. All right. Oh God, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh jeez. I think people forget when they're doing true crime or they're talking about people who are missing or have passed or whatever, you know. I think they forget that they're real people. They're real people. And it makes me just completely sad that they're there and they're in boxes, and maybe somebody's looking for them. And I don't want them to be forgotten. I don't know them, but I don't want them to be forgotten. All right. How's everybody? Everybody good? Whew. All right. I'm getting it together, guys. This is why we love you. I love you guys too. Hey, baby girl. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. I'll give you a call later. Just doing a little bit of a um, crying. It is heartbreaking. Bless those families' hearts, only wondering forever where their family is, and they end up in a box of bones. Yeah, it's sad. All right, I think that's probably the saddest part of it, you guys. Uh, I had read these before, and I thought I had gotten it out, but every time I see them words, and I think about allow myself to go there, I just it it's difficult. All right. So let's keep going. Let's get through it. I know, Maggie. I know. Hopes is on BRB. All right. This is just a real short one. This one was put out in October 17th, 2023. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. They're still working on it. They're still working on it, and I thank God that they're still working on it, because the longer they work on it, the more they work on it, maybe we can, like that man said, we can get these men home. Uh, Fox Hollow Farm victim identified decades after killing spree in Westfield, Indiana. The Hamilton County coroner has identified the remains of a victim believed slain by Herbert Baumeister at Fox Hollow Farm more than 3 decades ago. Alan Livingston of Indianapolis, who went missing when he was 27 years old in August of 1993, was identified using DNA samples at the Indiana State Police Lab. County Coroner Jeff Jillison said Livingston was the first victim to be identified since the office sent a batch of 44 samples to the state police roughly 18 months ago. His family also submitted, also the first to submit. So his family was the first family to submit some DNAs to, because they have a missing loved one, so they submitted their DNA, and they were able to identify their loved one. So that just happened recently, and thank God for that, because he got to go home. Oh, his remains were among the remains of the estimated 25 people found in June 1996. Mostly young gay men. Police suspected Baumeister lured from Indianapolis bars to the property before unaliving them. So that's him right there, Alan Livingston. He was identified, and he got to go home. All right, I want to show you guys. Let's look at this. This is exciting. Hope Echo, I'm with you on that, sister. I'm with you on that one. Before I retired, I would read case files every week. I think that's why I can listen and get all worked up. Can't, yeah. I'm sorry, sunshine. It's tough. Crying and flirting. You heard DJ this morning. Oh, he was fun. He was fun. All right, guys, I want to show you this one right here. All right, let's take a look at this. Psychic and investigators believe spirits still inhabit Fox Hollow Farm along with the current owners. Rob Graves is a skeptic, even though he and his family members have heard unidentified noises, have had lamps move overnight, and seen dismembered figures out the windows of the Westfield home. Stuff happens and I can't explain it, he said. In May 2009, Graves and his wife Vicky purchased Fox Hollow Farm, the infamous former home of the serial killer Herb Baumeister. It all started when my wife started seeing a guy in the woods, Rob said, adding that the man was walking around with a red shirt but didn't have any legs. She had seen it twice before telling me about it. Graves contacted a paranormal group that was out at the farm a year before his family moved in and was told he lived in the most haunted house in Indiana. Let me tell you what she saw and where she saw it, the investigator told Rob, who was surprised when a total stranger repeated what his wife had saw word for word. Another strange occurrence takes place in the basement. Graves said that his vacuum is unplugged continuously despite being connected with an extension cord of adequate length. We have to say, stop unplugging the sweeper. I need to sweep. He said, adding that once spoken, the unplugged ends it the unplugging ends, it happens routinely. Joe LeBlanc, a man who rented an apartment on the property in the family's in-law quarters, also has experienced unexplainable activities, including having his door kicked in, knocking in the middle of the night, deadbolt doors whipped open, and items moved overnight. LeBlanc has also seen the red shirt man and other spirits. There are places in my house my wife doesn't like to go and make her hair stand up on the back of her neck, he said. One such spot is Rob's bathroom, where the psychic described as a portal for spirits to come and go. She told me that before anybody else ever said a word, he said. Grace has been told by psychics that the phenomenons taking place are from unrested souls. They're souls that have not been moved on because many were unidentified that um, I'm sorry. They're souls that have not moved on because so many were unidentified. They haven't had any closure, he said. It's not a demonic thing. Hold on just a second. Nunu, Nunu, hold on. Hold on. I think somebody's here. Babe, you got, I'll shut the door. All right. Sorry about that. Beefcake just came home. Back to this. Hello, Beefcake. Hello. Everybody okay? Everybody good? All right. Hope everybody's good. Graves said he'd been told by psychics that the phenomenon taking place was from unrested souls. Their souls have not moved on because there are so many unidentified that they haven't had any closure, he said. It's not a demonic thing. Despite the unexplainable activity, Graves said his family has no plans to move. Oh, Lord. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not me. Bye-bye. 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 I would not stay there. How are you gonna stay there? You can't even use the damn bathroom. No, not me. We love it here, he said. We love it. We want to change the dynamic of what it was. Really? Whew. The Graves said they knew of the farm's history before purchasing the home, but Rob said he rarely ever thinks about what occurred more than 2 decades ago. However, the story of what took place and is being reported caught the eye of Indianapolis director Dan T. Hall. Hall began his paranormal documentary when filming a children's program for the Showtime at Central State Mental Institution in Indianapolis. It was Friday the 13th. All this stuff started happening. Creepy stuff. For 6 months last year, Hall and the paranormal investigation team, including psychics, crime scene investigators, a demonologist, electrical voice phenomena and visual specialist, investigated the 18-acre estate for a movie, The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farm. Was the sixth paranormal, I never even seen it, you guys, was the sixth paranormal documentary by Hall, but the most extensive. Wow, I've never seen it. It was Friday. I'm sorry, just lost track. We typically spend days or weekends, but we really hope for to find closure, Hall said. The goal of the documentary was to find the answers for people that were living, using all the tools and methods available, including ground penetrating radar. That's insane. I've never seen that. I never even know about it. Oh my gosh, I'd be gone. Y'all all right? Everybody good? No, it was beefcake. It wasn't DoorDash. It kind of did freak me out just a little bit though. Um, he's home early on a Friday. Um, there's no script. The story is told by the investigator, said Hall. Our goal was to help families find closure, trying to find evidence. We are trying to figure it out. The whole story was swept under the rug at Graves. He, Baumeister, purposely picked people that wouldn't be missed. Oh, he was a master manipulator, and that's why he got away with it. Graves said that a majority of the killings occurred in the pool and adjacent room. While while LeBlanc was swimming alone, he was he was behind the neck. He was behind the neck. Must have felt something behind the neck. That wasn't written right. Hall and his team also detected abnormalities in the pool, like a psychic who saw a vision of energy and something pops up in the corner of Hall's eye. It was 12:30 p.m. and we were using an IR camera and heard someone come up behind us. Ugh. I'm skeptical, but that was a little bit unnerving, he said. I've seen a shadow figure move from right to left in the pump room, Graves added. Um, Throughout all of his experience in documentaries, Hall said Fox Hollow Farm is intriguing because of all the happenings in one location. The evidence is startling, overwhelming, and very disturbing, he said. I get more creeped out here in the pool room. It makes me get my radar up. I have trouble being down here by myself. Most places are gone. Few places have had many people killed and are still standing, added Gray. And then it gives for more information for the DVDs, how to get them and how to watch it, I guess. Fox Hollow has been the center of several TV series this year, including Behind Mansion Walls on Investigation Discovery and Sci-Fi's Paranormal Witness. It has also been featured on the History Channel, A&E, and True TV. With all the stories, if you don't cooperate, they're going to do it anyway, said Graves. The worst thing was they dramatized it. Wow. What y'all think? How's everybody doing? Good? I've already moved. He can stay in golf. Yeah. Hi, Army Vet. Run. That's what I'm saying. Run. Who stays like who does that? Who does that? Nobody stays. Run. I'm back. Sorry, I had to hop off and do my own. Oh, I'm sorry. See, I didn't know you were live. You remember that TV series called Ghost? It needed dramatizing. Oh my goodness. All right, give me. Now we're gonna look at the pictures that I have, you guys. All right, you guys holding up? Okay, we're doing okay. Um, I've never seen the series called Ghost. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, hopes. That's the good news coming at the end. Someone does still live there. That's the news coming at the end. All right, so let's take a look at this. La-di-da. All right, let me go back up here really quick to make you guys dizzy. Look how beautiful this place is, you guys. Look at that. Fox Hollow Farm in Westfield was home of Herb Baumeister, suspected serial killer. Now they still have to call him suspected, right? He was never tried. He was never tried. And that just sucks butt. Look how beautiful that is. Can you guys see it? What do I still have on screen there? Do I have? Oh, mercy me. Give me just a second. I need to make sure. Where am I? There I am. There I am. All right. I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Look how beautiful that property is, you guys. The driveway to Fox Hollow Farm off 156th Street is paralleled by a fence. The 18-acre property in Westfield is the site of Herb Baumeister's 1966 murders. Noah Heron, who purchased about 8 acres of land, wants to build his home there and sell 3 remainder plots. So the it's all being split up now, you guys. This land is all being split up and sold off. So when those people bought all of the 18 acres together, that originally bought it from Julie Baumeister, um, now it's the land is being split up and sold off. Here's another look at it. And you could see other houses and stuff out there. Um, but this is the total lot is 18 acres. But some of it has been sold already. Fox Hollow, yeah. So yeah, we read that already. Okay. Here you go, guys. Tuesday, October 16th, 2012. A midnight view of Fox Hollow Farm main house. Image created with a combine of image exposure. Sunday, October 21st, 2012, Indianapolis Star journalists Will Higgins and Michelle Pemberton spent the night at Fox Hollow Farm in Westfield, the former home of suspected serial killer. Up to 16 murders of young men in Indianapolis by Herb Baumeister, owner of the Save-A-Lot shopping chain. The 1977 Tudor-style mansion is now owned by the Graves family. Okay, so there's that. This home was gorgeous, you guys. It was gorgeous. The study off the master suite at Fox Hollow Farms main house, Tuesday, October 16th, 2012. So these pictures, these black and white ones, you guys are old. They're what, 14 years old now. The property's already pretty much been split up. So that is what the study looked like in 2012. An evening view of the area behind Fox Hill Farms main house where suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister, Tuesday, October 16th, 2012. So that's part of where they had found some remains at right there. Why they took that picture at night, I don't know, make it more creepy. Look how beautiful that is. Stained glass window. The second floor library holds um, homeowners Rob and Vicki Graves' collection of antique medical books. These people are nutty. They got it. Okay, wait, what? So they bought the property. All this crap is happening, and they have an antique collection of medical books and equipment. These people are as nutty as the first owners. No wonder. No wonder they're having a ghost visit them. This is where the horse stables are, you guys. I wish these were in color. I could go try to bring out some colorful ones. This is the tack room. Look how clean that is. There ain't no horses living there. This is the rear view of the main house. And just looking up through the woods, the back behind the house. Look how beautiful that is. That's the multi-car garage with the pond. Look at this one. You guys ready? Melissa Butterworth, assistant lab technician with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, examines human bones in a wooded area off Fox Hollow Farm in Westfield, Indiana. You see what she has in her hand and in the bucket? Yep, that's exactly what you think it is. And there the little jerk is, right there. Doesn't he look like a jerk? Doesn't he look like a straight up schmuck? Ew, gross. What y'all think? Oh, let's see. Let me catch up a little bit. Lunch lady, lunch lady, lunch lady. Um, Maggie says I won't sleep tonight, Leanie. I keep you on FaceTime. I don't care. Okay, deal. Nope, not me. People are crazy. People are no. People and then no. Mm-mm. We have to make a terrified group. We all sleep together on FaceTime. Why not? Let's do it. It'd be fun. Everybody up. Hands up. Hands up. You read her comments in the accent. Yeah, Lunch Lady has a perfect accent. Perfect. Stay away from my channel. I love the spooky stuff. um, it is really really beautiful property. And make sure always gets the best of me. Just to hear snore. Yep, it's always in the eyes. That is the truth. It's always in the eyes. You can just tell. You can tell. They this is exactly it, Hope's Echo. Soulless eyes. All right, let me see. Let me, hold on just a minute. All right, let me bring this up because there are some pictures in the daytime that I want to look at. So let's do this. This will be the last part of it. Let me show you. See, I just wanted to break out into a ditty. Dang it! Yeah, yeah, Maggie, I do. I've tried to get in it. I'll go ahead and give you guys the good news before I forget it. Um, so when my sister heard about this last weekend, the dummy, um, the reason why she heard about it is because her friend had actually met the new owners of the house. The new owner, the owners of the house, the new owners of the house actually let her go into the house. He walked her around the house, walked her around the property, um, told her some, just gave her some history on the property because the my sister's friend didn't know a damn thing about it either. You guys been in Indiana her whole life, and he told her that if she had any family or because it's a posted area, you can't just go up to their door or even on their property. Um, and he told her that if she had any family or friends that were interested in coming and seeing it, that she was welcome to give him a call, and he would give them a tour. What does I felt like that was a first class invitation for Blondie to go and tour the house, right? And for him to let me interview his butt. So, sister's getting in touch with a friend, which she's with my dad out of town right now. I think they're coming back on Monday. Um, and she's getting in touch with her friend to get in touch with the owners of this house so Blondie can go be all kind of nosy. I want to know. I want to see it. I want to feel it. And I want to talk to that man. So hopefully, y'all say a prayer. Um, I get that. And he'll do a live with me. Heck yeah, I'm going, wouldn't you? Yeah. What about that, sunshine? That's true. Maybe when they start building they'll find new bones. Yeah, I agree. You're gonna have to host a karaoke stream. Oh God, you host it. I'll come visit you. Deal or no deal? You host it. I like. Listen, I'm praying to God. I'm gonna have to get on to Tina. Maggie, get on to Tina. Everybody that has Tina's message, I need you guys to get on there because she needs to entertain us, and I want to hang out and chat. That's what I want to do. So you host it. I'll come and hang out in your chat. That'll be fun. But heck yeah, I'm going. Want to go. I'm not joking. No way, Jose. I would, yes, in a heartbeat, I'll go. Now, I'm not staying the night, and I probably won't go at nighttime, but heck yeah. Take a picture. Do more than take a picture. I'm going to talk to them sweet. Listen, I have an award winning personality. People just do crap for me. This guy's going to get on YouTube. I'm going to tell him he's going to be famous. Freaking famous. On according to Leanie. Hell yeah, I'm going. Thea, you can come go too. Let's go. Let's go. I'm scared of that thought. Why? It'll be daytime. It'll be daytime. I would probably go on Halloween. In fact, I've never understood. This is what I don't understand, right? If I'm going to own a property like that, you guys, I'm doing some Halloween stuff there. I am. I'm making money. I'm going to make money. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I would tell the police officers, look, police officers, nice police officer people, I'm going to need you to wrap up the investigation I would you know what? I would let them bring in a bulldozer and just bulldoze through every freaking piece of woods or whatever, just bulldoze it up to make sure we get all of these remains. Um, you know what I mean? Um, properly taken care of, and then they could close the investigation because the investigation's still open. It hasn't been closed. And then uh, I'd be doing all kind of spooky stuff on Halloween. Oh, come on, Maggie, you would go. For Blondie, I'd get her to disappearing done. That's right. Oh no, you need more stickers. That's true. Your face would get you in the parish. Don't want to bring any ghosts back with you. I know, but I believe in the blood of Jesus, y'all. I mean, putting the blood of Jesus all over me. I gotta host the haunted house, an actual haunted place. That'd be so cool. It would be. I keep thinking what it means. I know it's a good thing. Well, maybe, maybe not. Just messing with you, Maggie. You'll wait out. Are you going to go on the land though, or are you just going to wait outside the fence? I don't even think you'd go inside the fence, Maggie. You'd bless me. It's going to be good stuff. Lord is water. All right, guys, let's look at this and then we'll be done here. Then you guys don't have to listen to my mouth anymore. All right, this has just got a lot of pictures on it. We'll just pull up what we want to see. Okay. All right. So this, did I share it? Can you guys see it? Stupid phone. So I'm trying to watch chat with the phone and all right, so you can't see it. Okay. This picture right over here, this is when the paranormal, why is that word so hard for me to say? Paranormal people came to visit right here. This is the pool room, you guys. This is where it is believed that he red rummed victims right here in this room right here. This is really what it. Oh look, you guys. There's a book that was. Let's look at this real quick. So the horrors of Fox Hollow Farm. Yeah, the horrors of Fox Hollow, unraveling the history and hauntings of a serial killer's home by Richard Estep or Estep with Robert Graves. Now Robert Graves was the owner of the property that bought the Graves are the ones that bought it after or from his wife. So there is a book that's done on it. This is what, let me show you this. So it's got a couple of different right outside of Fox Hollow Ghost Adventures. The problem is you can't get into the property without, of course the people aren't going to want everybody on it. But there's a couple of different, I think there's 2 signs outside the property like this, one on each side of the road. Let's see. Oh, here's an aerial view, you guys. Let's look at that. Oh, you guys see that? Look how huge that house is. So he's got all this wooded area, you guys. Every bit of this wooded area, right? Isn't that crazy? There's no way. There's no way to get through all that unless like what Sunshine says, if they start digging to build a house. There's no way. That house is huge. Oh, I won't cry. As long as they don't talk about, where the victims are or, how they're just, I don't know. I just think of them not being loved or cared for or whatever. I don't know. It just breaks my heart a little bit, but I'll be okay. Look at this at nighttime. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. So beautiful. Here, look at this, guys. The Pullet Fox Hollow Mansion that used to be owned by the serial killer. I don't want to say his name anymore. I'm done with him. He's pissed me off. Wait a minute. Do you guys remember the guy saying that there was a bar area? Remember that? There was a bar area with all the mannequins sitting around like they were real people. I think that's where he was talking about right back in here. I think that's where the bar area was. I'm not sure. Haven't been there, but I plan on getting there. Damn it. Um, just looking through these pictures really quick to see if no. All right, guys. Let me see something. Okay. All right, guys. There we have it. That effer killed himself. So he's just a suspect. And I think that's crappy. Now, he does have 3 children. Probably he's got grandchildren by now. I don't know. Probably, yeah. Um, I guess the only good thing that can come out of that is that there's no record as far as of his conviction. So I don't know. It's not written on paper anywhere that those kids' father or their grandfather, is a red rummer, right? But other than that, there is no good. There's no good at all. There's no way to begin the healing process. There's God knows how many people in the boxes that haven't been claimed. I know it's a big um, moral or ethical or whatever thought that people have, different thoughts on the whole DNA thing, whether to submit your DNA because what the government can do with it, la 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 la. But this is just one thing to think about if you're ever going to do that, you know, if there's anything good that comes out of DNA or submitting your DNA is that, you can, people like this can be found because even if um, you're a distant cousin, at least they can find the family. So I don't know, there's a pro to it. And look at me. I mean, it helped me find my father after 49 years, so I don't regret it at all. I just told all the family, don't do nothing stupid. I'm in the DNA base. And believe you me, if you do something stupid and they come knock at my door, I'm taking them right to your young asses. You're all going to jail. I don't care. Oh, good gracious. All right, that is my cue that I need to be getting off of here. Um, iPhone subscribers go to community codes. Yes, thank you so much. Hopes Echo and Lizzo and whoever else tried to work on that for me. I appreciate you guys doing that. So it's good to know that I'm pretty sure the iPhone does work there because I did try it. So if you want to become a member, you can go to my community page and I've posted it there. We'll figure out how to get it on my regular channel page. Um, Thank you to those that became a member that have been that I think 3 became members today. Um, thank you to those that subscribed, hung out with me. Big thank you to those that are going to do replays for whatever reason. Um, the mods here, you guys are the best of the best. I'm telling you that right now. Right now. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for supporting the channel. And if Tina's live later tonight, y'all get over there and let's go support her. That's where you guys will find me. If Tina's live, if not, I can promise you this. I'm taking the night off. Taking the night off. You guys take the night off too, or meet us over at Tina's. Have fun over there. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you being here. You guys have a good rest of your day and a great weekend. Much love, many prayers. Bye, guys.